It's Wi-Fi.
No. Okay. So, hey, if you guys are tuning in on IG, look, I'm going to apologize for my tardiness. You know, we had to get things right for these two. These are celebrities, you know, like when I have my Polk County people on, we got to get things straight. So I'm not going to start until we get it right. So we are about to start our podcast. If you know what we do, you know that we are co-taping. You know, we're doing multiple things here. So we're taping for the podcast, which I need for you to make sure that you subscribe on all podcast channels, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, wherever you listen to your podcast. I need for you to make sure that you subscribe to the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast, brought to you by
Share.
Yes. All those good things. Like, follow, subscribe, leave a review. I need for you to rate it. What were you about to say?
You're a celebrity here, so you're allowed to be late.
Oh, but listen, no, because I don't even know. I'm so mad at myself right now. But listen, we had to get it together. Okay, so I didn't want to go live until we got it together, but we got it together. So this is the pre-production of episode 40. We are taping once again here at the Honeycomb Productions Creators Lounge. And so we're in a different room. You know, we set it up. We have the aesthetic going for you. Look, if you need any type of assistance with a location to create, you know, you like to do those TikTok videos, you like to do your podcast, right? You like to do any kind of skits, you need to come to Honeycomb Productions, okay? Come to Honeycomb Productions Creators Lounge, and Demetrius Haynes will definitely get you straight. You know that he had his first podcast episode live with Michi. You know that Live with Michi is back, right? So we're going to be seeing more from him. But right now, we are on the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Like, sooner or later, I'm going to get a little jingle. We're going to be dancing in here. We're going to set things off. But for right now, we're going to be all professional. We're going to get into this podcast. You guys ready?
Yeah, we might rap.
You sure? You might rap? Well, they might rap. So you better stay tuned. Share this, tag people. Let people know that, hey, we're on and we're starting. So the way that this goes is that from the soundboard, we are going to hear my intro music for my podcast for all you listeners out there. And then we'll go right into the podcast. You guys good? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. I thought you were saying you got some ants. No, I don't have any ants. Sorry.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah, ready.
3.
Produced by Jason Magnetico. Welcome to episode 40 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. I am your host, Jasmar Bennett, mother, educator, host, and I have an exciting podcast today. I met these two entrepreneurs not too long ago at Comic-Con. We were at Savage Con, actually, so big ups to Savage, you know, and that was my first time having anything to do with a Comic-Con or a Savage Con, and I got to dress as a nurse. I was the host. You know, I had a lot of fun. And one of those things that I got to do, like I always do when I'm hosting, is I got to meet David and Luigi of Vyou. And so we had like a fashion show. They brought out different designs, and we had about three sets, you know, with their lines. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to my guest, Mr. I wish I had a drum roll, but Mr. Right. Mr. Luigi Bravo. Round of applause. And Mr. David Camarillo.
How's it going?
I love that. Y'all good today?
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being so cool. Thank you for being cool about the delay. You know, you guys were just magnificent, so I can tell you guys are going to be great guests. You're chill, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
you. Thank you. Thanks for having us, bro.
Listen, thank you for being on. So you were suggested. You were recommended by popular demand, and I said, of course, why not? Yes, I want to have them on. You know, I love talking to fashion designers, and I love talking to people who are living in their passions. And so you have a clothing line.
Right.
That's not all you do, but you have a clothing line that you started about a year ago, and so called Vyou.
Vyou.
Capital V, lowercase Vyou.
Right.
And so let's just dig in. Tell me about your inspiration behind the clothing line.
The inspiration is basically our message is to just be yourself, and follow your dream, and that's what it's all about. That's what we want everybody to do, especially when they wear our clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right now we just got shirts, but there's more coming, and
yeah.
It's definitely like he said, we want everyone to feel themselves and to view themselves. Viewing themselves means doing whatever makes you happy, doing whatever makes you glow, and we just want to keep empowering people. Like it's beyond us. I think this brand is about making people feel good and putting that good positive energy into something and letting it just unfold.
just greater than us. You know what I'm saying?
And like so far, we've been super blessed. Like we met cool people. Like from the moment we met you at the fashion show, like first of all, that was Luigi and I's first time ever doing a fashion show.
Really?
We couldn't even tell you how like those weeks before it, we were going through it. We're like, dude, we have all this to do. Like it was just piecing it, like putting all the pieces of the puzzle together was just a little hectic. But I remember we were looking at it, and then when you hosted, like you killed that shit.
Thank you. No, you're good. You're good.
You killed it. Like you did your thing, and I remember like talking to you like, yo, she had that energy, and like I remember we felt comfortable just even talking about our brand, like whenever we came out, and so we're very humbled by all the support.
Good.
And we just want to keep it going.
And I loved your energy. Like, by the way, I was put on the spot for that. I'm just let y'all know. I was put on the spot. I'm like, what? We're doing a fashion show, and you want me to talk through the whole? I'm like, ooh.
That's what happens best when it's on the spot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's like it goes back to that whole mantra. Look, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right?
Yeah.
So by the way, shout out to the magnificent DJ of the show because he told me that, and I was like, I'm ready. I was like, give me the microphone. I'm ready. I was like, let's do it. You about to see how ready I am.
Yeah.
But like, so like, I listened to the message behind I listened to the messaging behind your clothing brand, and every single model from Jazzie to who else did you have?
Shout out to our models.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jazzie, Zenny, to Jeremiah. Like they killed it. Like
Jeremiah was doing his thing. I'm like,
that was Jeremiah's first time ever modeling, and we were
we practiced.
Yeah.
You know, we did our thing. Yeah, it was cool. They did their thing, and they were dope.
And it was like the messaging behind it, like be confident, be yourself, like go after your dreams. It's like they were all very confident when they went down the runway. Right. You two were confident when you went down the runway. Right. So was that your first time in the show?
Yeah, I was like, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I was hesitant on doing it because I'd rather be behind the scenes and look at the show. Is the difference between like being in the back and being in the front. Yeah. So, but for next time, I would rather be in the front. But that was a cool experience.
Yeah.
And, it was.
So you got a lot of good reviews from that. There were a lot of people that really liked your clothing line. I like your clothing line because I love that black and white combination. Like black and white is just so classic, and they play off of one another. And so I like the contrast of it.
Black is the color of beauty, so that's
go on and get your brownie points in. Don't change.
I see you
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, and honestly, like when I host, like I noticed this about myself, like over the years when I've hosted events, I would go back and I would look at pictures, and I would always be dressed in black and white. Like black and white was always like my staple go to wear. Like I would maybe accent it with a gold or whatever, but I'm like, yo, you have black and white on here. This show you have black and white on, so I don't know what it is, but black and white is dope. I like
right. Which now we know, we got a new summer collection. And,
I do like these colors are like I love these colors. Like those of you who are looking on IG, that you can see like the pastel yellow, and you have like your what color would you consider?
It's like a mint green, like a mint
green,
like a little light agua color.
It's like a sunset view.
Yeah, and
it's turquoise to me, but in where we got it from, it says mint. So.
Mint. Okay.
Probably a mint turquoise.
Yeah.
Different shade,
Different shade. So it's like you're playing off of the summer theme because you have like the sun emblem and you have your glasses and all that good stuff. Okay, so I like it. Yeah. So would you follow the trends of each season, like with your new designs? Is that what you're gonna do?
Definitely. That's what we're kind of going for. Yeah.
Okay.
And when we created these designs, shout out to our the guy who makes our shirts, Angel.
Angel Camarillo, sticker hype. Check him out.
Okay.
Check him out.
He helps out of Lakeland.
He is
yes, Polk County.
Okay, so another Polk County.
He does a lot for the brand.
Good.
So how to mention that? How to put
listen,
that up.
you do. You gotta plug it. You gotta bring it out and all of that good stuff. So let's rewind. Let's go back to your let's go back to your beginnings because Luigi, you're from, is it
Aguadilla, Puerto Rico.
Listen,
yeah,
I love it. Do it one more time. So listen, tell me about Puerto Rico. Like, how did you come from, living basically in paradise? Like, I've only been to Puerto Rico one time, but I'm dying to go back. Like, you have the best pina coladas, and I loved it. Like, we went to the rainforest. I'm like, why would you want to leave Puerto Rico? So tell me how you.
Right. Yeah. So like, any place they have their good and their bad, and they're neutral. But so Puerto Rico does have a lot of good things, but we came from like the countryside. Aguadilla, it's kind of the country area.
Yo, listen, where the goats are like in the mountain area.
All that.
Like, I'm looking, we're driving, and I'm like, is that a damn goat? Is that a goat in the mountain? Like,
horses, all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my parents, they just wanted better, and they moved to the States. Although Puerto Rico is part of the United States, it's still a little different. I did have a hard time learning English because all I knew was Spanish up until like I was 8. Yeah. We moved to Rhode Island, and
how old were you when you moved here?
I was 8 years old.
You was 8, okay.
I was 8, 7, 8. Yeah. When we moved to Rhode Island.
Okay.
And my parents they just wanted better. Shout out to them. Yeah. And they just wanted better, and we kept moving around. We moved to North Carolina, and then we ended up here in Florida, and I love Florida. Yeah.
Good. So David, you're from Avon Park, so
yeah,
you're from Florida.
I'm from Florida. Shout out Florida. So I was born in Avon Park, Florida. My parents are from Mexico, from Tamaulipas, Mexico. Okay. They moved here, just the same kind of way to try to find a better opportunity for my siblings, for them first of all, because they had just gotten together. For my siblings, I had the opportunity or the blessing to be born in this country and get all the little perks that come with it, good education. I just graduated last year from HEC.
Hey, shout out to that.
4.0. Hey.
Throw it in there. You gotta throw up your 4.0.
A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of chugging of bangs. But yeah, it's been quite a journey too. I remember just a couple times when we were going through it when I was younger. Being in homeless shelters because we didn't have a place to stay. I remember my mom would make candy apples when we were little. Me and my little sister Sarai would. They are, and I try not to eat them, but we'd get this basket and we'd go into all the little mom and pop shops in Bronzeville, Texas, because we did live there for a little bit. Okay. And we just offer them at each table, and people would see 2 kids selling candy apples. They're like, "Yeah, give me all your candy apples," and then they would tip us and stuff, and it'd just be I think I learned how to grind from that moment. I was just I really want to put food on the table for my family and just help them out. So I had that vision there, and then okay, I have to better myself and I have to keep it going. I have to take any opportunity that comes my way and just thrive with it.
Right. I love that. And so, how did the two of you meet?
So I actually cut hair. I'm a barber. And David, he found me on Instagram. And he's like, "Yo, your work's fire. I need a cut. What's up?" And I said, "Pull up."
Literally, it was funny because I was going through a bunch of I had just moved from Wauchula, Florida. Cause I moved here and I was in school a lot, and I was always driving to Wauchula for my cuts, and I was like, I can't do that. I have a final tomorrow, and I remember just looking up hashtags for Lakeland barbers, and I was like, all right, who can I hit up? Whose work do I like? And then I saw a hit, and it was Luigi The Barber, and I was like, okay, this kid looks like he knows what he's doing. I like how he blends stuff up. And then I remember I saw one, I was like, all right, let me just let me hit him up. Can you cut me up? And I think within I'm not sure if it was the day or the next day, you were just no, he hit me up right up. He was like, yeah, come through. And I was like, bet, I'm there.
Yeah.
So
I'm listening to him. I'm listening to the story. He's like, because I got a final tomorrow. I need to get a hair. Who gets a haircut for a final? I
had a birthday party to go to that day, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not going to have time that day to drive all the way.
Plus, you look good, you do good.
And that is so true. Yeah.
I linked up with him, and we just kind of vibe. I remember being on the train, we were just talking we known each other forever.
Yeah. It was a vibe.
Yeah, we just was talking about what we're doing now. Where you from? And we just And it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, a couple of haircuts later, we hung out, did our thing, and boom, brand came up.
Yeah. So listen, so you say like boom, and the brand came up. Was this something that you always envisioned that you wanted to do? Like, where did this idea come from?
I mean, so me personally, I always knew there's something greater than me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this brand is. But I say boom because after he got a haircut, we hit it off. We started hanging out. We started going out, bars, drinking, having fun. You know what I'm saying? And just one night we started talking, and I was like, "Yo, David, I got this idea for this brand," and I told him the idea, and it was actually different. And he was like, "Okay, yeah, I like it a lot. Like, let's do it. What if we switch this? What if we switch this?" And I was like, "I like that. Let's switch this." And then boom, we came up with the logo, and it went from there.
We literally it was just like a combination of thoughts. Like, I think I told him a little bit about what we did, and it was like I like fashion, you like fashion, and you know, we came about. He had this idea, and I was like, "Why don't we make it Vyou?"
I think I had a B instead.
He's like, "Hey, like Vyou," and I was like, "Why not Vyou? Like spelled Vyou, and then make the V kind of look like a little B to still have that hidden message of Vyou."
Right.
So,
and I was like,
yeah. He's like, "Dope, let's do it." And then we like linked up with a graphic designer, and
we actually had different designs that didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
So how many?
Maybe one day
that's
we'll
like
maybe.
That's like
I don't know.
The pain of it though, like just coming up with the concept because you have all these ideas.
Right.
So like, how many would you say like you were?
So
like,
we did a lot, but literally after the first one, even though we don't like it, and y'all will see it one day.
Yeah.
We didn't like it. It still felt real and it felt good. It was like, yo, like we literally just created this. Like,
like it's a baby. Like we gotta keep this one.
It was euphoria. It was just amazing, and we were like, yeah, but we don't like this. So we're like, okay, let's do this. And then, how many designs, bro? Like 10, 20?
Oh, I don't even know. Like thinking about it, we were nitpicky with it because we knew we liked all of them, but we knew that they weren't the one yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just kept going at it, and we're just like, do we want to keep doing this? Like, or you know, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And we've had many moments like that, but I think
a lot of moments.
Yeah. So I think when that happens, we always get like a bigger blessing. Like something always pops up and it just hits us right in the face, but it's a good thing, and we're like, oh, okay, this is why we're doing this.
Like, there's been so many crazy moments where we're like, yo, like that's it. Like I don't think we should keep going, and then one of us is just like, yo, no, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, and you know, it's a team effort.
Because you say you started last year, and so you know you go through that euphoric phase that you were describing, where it's like
where sometimes
we got an idea, we got an idea, we birthed this idea, we agree. It's hard when you're working with someone else because you're working off each other's creative juices and all of
energy sometimes,
right? So it's like so we have this idea, you know, we're gonna get a graphic designer, and okay, so now we have the logo. And then what? Because you know you were talking about your trials. Right. Take us through your steps. Like what have you been through where it's just like, yo, we had to keep going after this one. Like what's been going on?
So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, just to name a few, like just like you have to kind of come to like a mutual agreement. Like, oh, we like this. And it could be like just a difference of, oh, I don't like the way that looks, you know what I mean? And so you have to find a way to just blend it out and make it, you know, make it one, you know? Right. So that could get a little tricky. Also, we've had, we've had situations like the night before the fashion show, for whatever reason, the graphics we had worked on for like a month or like months before that, it didn't come in time.
Okay.
And we had no shirts, so we literally were up to like 1 or 2 in the morning before the fashion show, where we had to be up bright and early, coming up with these designs.
And
are you serious?
honestly, these to us came out way better than what we originally had, so we decided to go with these. Yeah.
So like, how do you press them? Like, are you doing the print work yourself?
So our guy Angel, does the sticker hype. He's doing our stuff.
Okay.
And he hooks it up. He actually helps with the design as well. And
but it's literally us doing a Zoom call or
in person,
and we'll be like, this is our idea. I want this here, this there. He'll draw it out. What does this look? I was like, I think we need to move that over here. We need to add a little color to that side. So it'll be just him kind of placing our ideas together. And that's what we did the night before the fashion show. And I'm so happy it happened the way it did. Like I strongly believe everything happens for a reason, because they came out so fire. We've had a lot of great feedback. We sold so many of them, and we're just you know, I know we're gonna keep selling them. And
Yeah.
And these designs are the ones we stuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they're nice. Like
Thank you.
I wasn't even expecting it. Like I said, like I was thrown into like doing the fashion show, and I'm like, I love the black and white, and I love how you were so versatile with just the black and white designs. And then I'm like, oh, it's a yellow in it. I'm like, okay. And I love like the way you dressed it up, you dressed it down. You brought little Luigi out.
Oh, yeah. No, Bravo. Yeah, that's my baby. He's about to be 5 in December.
Oh, he was so cute. He was so cute. So you got your kids line coming, right? Or is it just like
eventually it's in the thought process.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But right now we want to stick with just
we're going with
type
clothes.
Yeah.
But real quick, back to what you were saying about what happened and stuff like that.
Yeah.
After we did the design, we decided to take a trip to Colorado.
Okay.
And just have
Why?
some fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you doing at Colorado?
So,
First of all, the elevation.
Okay, the elevation.
Okay.
Scenery. I cannot tell you.
The air is crisp.
It is crazy.
Good vibes.
No, it was definitely good vibes.
The
When
vibe
we
is
got
different.
there and we're like,
Great evergreens.
Yeah. We get there. It's the first night. We're like, let's have a drink. Just one drink to like lose.
Mind you, it was like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
We couldn't sleep because of time change.
Yeah, there was like a 3-hour difference, right?
Okay.
So something. We landed and we're
Mm-hmm.
like, let's just have a drink to like, unpack and like unwind because like, man, we've had a whole trip to get here.